Peace, love, prosperity, family. It's your host, King Lighting of the Move Different Podcast. And you already know how I'm coming. Sharpen your awareness, Katie Intelligence. Started out, I was local. Now I'm seeing things global. Change thoughts, direct your mind. You will shine in due time. Stay on track, handle business. That's how you keep on winning. Ain't no quitting, no complaining. This is simply the beginning. Started out, I was local. Now I'm seeing things global. Started out, I was local. Now I'm seeing things global. Started out, I was local. Now I'm seeing things global. Step-by-step actions that I got laid out. Those who fail to plan to fail. And a confused mind does nothing. So look, I was reading a book called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. In this book, he shared a powerful story. And on today's topic, I want to share with you the story and power of perspective and self-image. The story goes like this. There was a young black man in Louisiana, grown up as an orphan, who lived in 14 different foster homes before he ended up in Southern California. And when he was at a public school, he was speaking with his teacher, and he had an inferior complex, and it was obvious. And the story goes like this. One day in class, he blurted out, "You have to remember that I'm black and that we're inferior. We're the product of slaves." "That's not true," the teacher countered. "You are not inferior." "What do you mean?" he asked. "You and every black American can trace his or her genealogy to Africa," she explained. "You can take pride in your genetic roots." Why? Because you are the offspring of survivors. The weakest slaves, unfortunately, did not clear the middle passage. Some died aboard ship. Some threw themselves overboard and were drowned. Others died as soon as they reached those foreign shores. But those Africans who survived the tumultuous ordeal, your forefathers, had the courage, fortitude, and state of mind that would not let them die. They were emotionally superior. They would not give up hope in spite of the obstacles. Every black American is a genetic descendant of the toughest and best bloodlines. And that's the kind of blood that you have. That reminds me of a movie scene in One Night in Miami with the roles playing of Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, and Malcolm X. In this powerful scene, it shows you no matter what obstacles that we are faced with, we still come together in harmony and unity and march forward and work through all the oppression against us. Take a look at this scene right here from One Night in Miami.
Together, yeah. Everybody. Let me hear you. You got it, you got it. Sounds so good, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the sound of the man working on the chain. The gang, that's the sound of the man working on the chain. Gang, all day long they're singing.
And I saw him up there covered in sweat and singing to him, but you know, in the background was you couldn't hear anything except that chant. You know, and you know what? That was good enough. Yes, that was one hell of a show, Sam.
It sounds like something.
It really was, Cash. It really was.
From that scene right there, you can see and you can feel the emotion, the dedication that it took for our people to keep their sanity and overcome what they're currently facing, the chain gang. How many of us today are mentally chained, still mentally enslaved, in prison ourselves? And that's why I keep Malcolm X posted up on the wall daily looking out the blinds. Because sometimes we are blind and we can't see through the bushes, but we need to take time by any means necessary to reprogram ourselves and re-educate ourselves on the importance of our history and the power that we are and that we possess. Which leads me to my final story I'd love to share with you about an African prince, a young African prince. There was once an African prince who was born a hunchback. On his 12th birthday, his father, the king, asked him what would he like to receive as a birthday gift. The young prince told him, I would like a statue of myself. The king was distraught because the young prince was hunchback. He didn't want him to do this stuff. He tried to bargain with him and ask him, is there anything else he wanted? He said, no, father, I would like a statue of myself, but not as who I am today, but as a strong standing version of myself. So the father, like any father, gifted the young prince the statue. And he told his father, I would like the statue placed in the garden outside my window so I can see it every day. And for every 7 days, 8 hours out the day, he would go in front of that window, stare at that statue, and stretch and expand his limbs as far as he could. And on his 21st birthday, he stretched and expanded his limbs, and he stood astounded. He became the epiphany of strength and power of what you can do from self-image. Powerful. I want you to take that with you today. When you dedicate yourself to a routine, a methodologically fashion, and really program yourself and discipline yourself and put in that type of time and work and effort, there is abundance of miracles and possibilities that will manifest in your life, because the mind is the greatest thing we have. For all is mental, and mental is all. Be ye not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Peace, love, prosperity, family. Always remember, sharpen your awareness, Katie Intelligence. From the South Side of Chicago, how does a guy like me make it out of the street life and position myself on stages, receiving standing ovations, speaking with the world's #1 motivational speaker, Les Brown? You want to know how? Let me share something with you.
There's no secret to success. There's a system to success. The system works if you work it.